Welcome to World Knowledge Channel. Dear ladies and gentlemen, in married life, love is not only expressed through words but also through specific daily actions. A husband who loves his wife often does not hesitate to spend time and effort to care for, look after, and understand his partner. He will always find ways to make his wife feel happy and secure. From small things to bigger things, those loving actions do not come from obligation, but from sincere feelings and the desire to accompany his wife on every step of life. So, what are the things that a man who loves his wife very much often does? Let's explore the signs of sincere love through simple but meaningful actions in daily life. 1. He always wants to see his wife. If he truly loves you, he will always want to be able to see you, be by your side at any time, especially when he is free and misses you. Although after marriage, the husband will rarely say, "I love you," but every time you are absent, he will long for you and be restless. A man who loves his wife very much is the one who always keeps her image in his heart. Every time he comes home, he has to see if his wife is home, and just seeing you makes him feel extremely peaceful. An indifferent husband is the one who never cares about you. It doesn't matter where you go, what you do, and what time you come home. 2. He takes his wife with him to friends' gatherings. Not every time he goes somewhere, the husband will take his wife with him, but when he is invited, it means that in his eyes, you are a wife to be proud of. If he loves you, he will always want to take you to meet his friends so that everyone knows. Therefore, take advantage of this opportunity. Call me anytime. Don't let phone calls between you and your spouse revolve around two topics such as, "What time will you be home?" or "What are we eating tonight?" Women's characteristics are that they like to talk and receive a lot of information. So she will be extremely excited to gossip with her husband. Instead of answering your wife's phone and saying, "I'm working, we'll talk about this later," saying something like, "It's okay, I understand, call me whenever you want to hear from me," will bring a more positive effect. Don't be afraid that she will be disturbed all day. Your wife understands how busy you are, and she also has her own things to deal with. It's simply a sentence that helps both of you feel better. 3. He will calculate and share with you, "Let's send the kids to the grandparents and go on vacation together. I'll make a plan, we can see." For marriages that have lasted nearly 10 years, the wife will receive this sentence like a withered tree being watered. It is a combination of all the things she likes but may not say, going out, and putting aside the pressure of having children. So don't forget to tell your wife this at the right time. 4. He supports his wife in meeting friends. After a woman gets married, the number of times she goes out for dinner or drinks with friends decreases, and will continue to decrease if she has children. Dating a mother is really impossible. Meeting friends is a need of most people. Married women are no exception. But because she is always worried about her children, she has to put other things aside. If you are a thoughtful husband, don't forget to tell her this. Let her enjoy her time with her friends, and then she will give you and your children double the love. 5. He happily takes the initiative to help his wife with housework. A husband who loves his wife will always happily take the initiative to help his wife with housework. He will voluntarily share the housework with his wife without complaining. If you need him to go shopping or do something for you, he will definitely meet your needs instead of continuing with his favorite game. 6. He gives his wife compliments. A person who can take care of children, cook, manage family expenses and handle work at the company, if not a superhero, then your wife. Therefore, do not be stingy with compliments for your wife whenever possible. It's not that she doesn't know that she is wonderful, but your words are the clearest recognition. It helps her to be confident, and confidence is the key to opening the door to happiness. If you have followed this far, please leave a comment "I want happiness." You will give us more motivation to make more meaningful videos. If you haven't liked the video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel to support. We will give you a heart. Thank you very much. 7. He is proud to mention his wife. He loves to talk about you to people around him when he has the opportunity. A man who loves his wife will not hesitate to publicly show his wife. Wanting to go with cold winter evening, Mark and his friends gathered around the dining table. He did not hesitate to share about Emily's cooking ability. Yesterday, I let her try to cook the sour soup that I used to eat in the West. As a result, I had to say goodbye to the refrigerator, because she poured all the ingredients into the pot without asking my opinion. Mark laughed out loud, making everyone around him laugh. The story did not stop there. One day, at his daughter's birthday party, Mark happily told Emily about his efforts to make a birthday cake. You know, the cake looked like a work of art, abstract art. It was like a collaboration between an amateur painter and a 5-year-old. Mark said with a shrug. We all ended up sitting around the cake, not knowing whether to eat it or look at it. However, Mark's love for the cake did not stop at humorous stories. One day, while the family was preparing for dinner, Mark secretly prepared a surprise for Emily. He took out a bouquet of fresh flowers and stood waiting for her to come home. When Emily entered the house, he suddenly knelt down and said, "Emily, you are the most beautiful flower in my garden." Unfortunately, their daughter thought it was a game, and immediately jumped in to disrupt the situation, making the whole family laugh. Mark always tried to arrange romantic dates for the couple. One time, they went to a coffee shop with a quirky sign, "This coffee is better than your words." Mark couldn't help but laugh. Maybe this is the perfect place for us to meet after an argument. Even though it was just a joke, it clearly showed that Mark always knew how to bring Emily back to her smile. Mark's pride when talking about Emily makes everyone around him feel the deep love he has for her. Small gestures like holding Emily's hand when walking together or looking at her affectionately make everyone admire Mark's sincere feelings for his wife. Although life is sometimes difficult, Mark always believes in the love and connection between him and Emily. During a trip, they encountered a sudden storm. They both had to stay in a small hotel, and that night, Mark tried to make Emily not feel scared. "You don't need to worry, Emily. If anything happens, I will always be your shield." However, right after that, he suddenly remembered that he only had one raincoat, and the two of them got into it together, making them a humorous couple in the storm. Mark's love is not only shown through words, but also through daily actions. He always takes time to care for and pay attention to Emily, always putting her first in every decision. He not only loves but also respects and protects his family's happiness. That makes Emily feel more secure and happy than ever. Through the story of Mark and Emily, we can see that when a man truly loves his wife, he is not only proud of his wife but also wants to share that happiness with everyone around him. That pride is not only a sign of deep love but also a solid foundation for a strong and happy marriage. Humorous stories, unexpected situations along with sincere love will be beautiful memories for them to laugh and love together throughout their lives. 8. He cares about his wife's relatives and friends. Loving his wife and even his loved ones in his wife's family is the clearest expression of a perfect husband. Use this way to recognize that your husband loves his wife to feel your husband's feelings. He will always care and be ready to help whenever his wife's family is in trouble, always be enthusiastic about his wife's family's work and often called to ask about everyone in the family. In response to that, you should also care a lot and love your husband's family very much. Then, he will be very happy and proud of a wife like you. When a man truly loves his wife, his actions always show care, respect and sharing, not only stopping at words. He also knows how to understand and accompany his wife in all challenges of life. Small things, such as listening, supporting and caring, are the clearest manifestations of true love. It is a bond based not only on feelings, but also on long-term commitment and willingness to sacrifice for each other. Love in marriage is not only measured by sweet words or romantic gestures, but also by care and concern from the smallest things in daily life. A husband who truly loves his wife will always find ways to make her feel loved and appreciated. Actions such as listening, sharing housework, or giving her a surprise gift, no matter how small, show that he considers his wife a top priority in his life. This not only makes the relationship stronger but also creates a happy environment where both can grow together and overcome all challenges. A man who knows how to love and care for his wife not only gives her a sense of security but also motivates both of them to build a bright future together. So, if you notice your husband showing these loving actions, know that you are in a meaningful and happy relationship. If you have followed this far, please leave a comment "I want happiness." That you will give us more motivation to make more meaningful videos. If you have not clicked like, please give the video one like. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel to support. We will give you a heart. Thank you very much. Features on a man's face reveal a happy or unhappy marriage. Let's find out together. The face is not only about appearance, but also reflects signs of personality, fate and marital relationship. Many people believe that, from the eyes, smile to facial structure, we can predict to some extent the emotional future and harmony in a man's family. Some features may show that the man will have a happy, fulfilling marriage, while other signs signal obstacles or difficulties in marriage. So, what facial features are signs of a happy or unhappy marriage? Let's find out right away. Every detail in daily life has a certain connection to whether that person's life is happy or not. It can be just a look, a smile. My friend, regarding the eyes, Confucian philosophy once commented that, observing a person's good and evil, there is nothing better than observing his eyes. As we know, even if you try to cover it up, the most primitive emotions in your heart can still appear in your eyes. Years can gradually fade the flame of love because of married life with food and money. However, if the marriage is happy, the love is still there. Those eyes, when the husband looks at his wife, are still respectful. On the contrary, when love is no longer there, the eyes will not have affection. Instead, they are full of negativity. Therefore, when looking into the eyes of a man when he looks at his wife, you will see to some extent whether that marriage is still good or not. The husband's eyes show how much love he has for his wife and family. As for the ears here are the way he listens to his partner. Moreover, ears are not only for listening, but also for understanding. We can see that, in marriage, if a woman does not have someone to share with, to be listened to, that is a failed marriage. Many men are annoyed because their wives like to complain and talk a lot. But in fact, what women expect is to listen and share. The act of listening of a man includes patiently sitting and listening to the complaints, hurts, joys of his spouse, giving his spouse encouragement, motivation, and tolerance. Therefore, Observing the way a man uses his ears to listen, his heart to feel and share. That is a top-notch husband. Sharing views so that both sides can understand each other better is something that couples should promote. The characteristics on a man's face, according to physiognomy, can reveal many things about their married life. Although this is just one of many ways of looking at things, it cannot be denied that factors such as appearance, temperament and attitude towards life have a significant impact on the relationship between husband and wife. People with gentle faces, sincere eyes and caring gestures often bring peace and happiness to the family. On the contrary, signs such as tense faces and eyes lacking openness can partly reflect an unsmooth married life. However, not every facial feature determines the fate of a marriage. The love between husband and wife also depends on understanding, sharing and efforts from both sides. Although the face can reveal some of the personality and life, it is love and care that are the solid foundation for building a happy, long-lasting marriage. The most important thing is still how the two people treat and respect each other throughout their journey together. Harrison and James, two close friends, are enjoying coffee at a small roadside cafe. Harrison was a handsome man, with bright eyes and a sunny smile, while James was more serious with deep wrinkles on his face, making people often think he was very unapproachable. One day, while waiting for drinks, Harrison started a conversation. "Hey, James, have you ever heard that the face can reveal a lot about marriage? I heard that the features on a man's face can show whether he is happy or unhappy in marriage." James nodded, his face full of thought. Harrison began to list the signs of happiness on the face. First, if he has bright and sparkling eyes, that is a sign of a person who is happy in love. "Look at my eyes," he winked, his eyes sparkling like stars. Happiness is supposed to show on the outside. James laughed loudly. "What about the smile? If a man has a big smile and straight teeth, he must be living happily, right?" Harrison nodded. "That's right. The smile is the key. Look at me. No need to say much. Just a smile." He smiled brightly again, attracting the attention of everyone in the restaurant. However, James suddenly became serious. What if a man has a frowning face, a wrinkled forehead, or a raised chin? Maybe they are having trouble in their marriage? Harrison chuckled. Of course. Maybe they are having to resolve arguments at home or being scolded by their wife for not bringing home enough money. The two friends began to imagine humorous situations. Harrison said, "Like the case of our classmate, Mark. Look at his face. His forehead is like a table. Every time I see him coming out of the house, he must have just been disciplined by his wife." James couldn't help but laugh. Perhaps Mark's face is a clear sign that his marriage is in big trouble. To prove this, they decided to go to Mark to check. When they met Mark at a bar, Harrison immediately pointed at his face and said, "Look, isn't your forehead a little more wrinkled?" Mark raised his eyebrows and asked, "Why? Don't you think my wife called me home for dinner?" James added, "Come on, Mark, if your face is like that and you're still living happily, then isn't your wife raising a school of aquarium fish in the living room so you don't get cornered?" Mark laughed. "Actually, my wife is just planning a trip this summer, and I don't know whether to buy a plane ticket or a bus ticket." The three of them shared happy memories together, laughter ringing in the air. Finally, they decided to play a fun game. Each would stand up and point at the other's face to guess whether that person was happy or not, and why. Harrison began, "James, your face is quite serious. But if I just look at your eyes, I feel something mysterious." James laughed and said, "Maybe it's just the light from the lamp on the table." Harrison turned to Mark, "And to you, Mark, it seems to me that you're worried about dinner tonight. Isn't it?" Mark replied, "Who else but my wife should be worried about?" They laughed together comfortably, understanding that the complexities of marriage come not only from faces but also from understanding and love. At the end of the conversation, Harrison said something that all three agreed on. Although the face can show many things, the most important thing is still the memories and love that we create together. Because only when we are happy from the inside, everything outside becomes bright. And from there, they all realized that happiness in marriage is not only shown through the face, but also the way we face the ups and downs and share joy together in daily life. If you find the video useful, please share it with more people, as well as subscribe to the channel. Like, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you in the next video.